That's why I was laughing before you. He's just looking around and he's like.
Oh, I think he's struggling to breathe though. Buddy, sad. You already miss Brian. Buddy.
No, I didn't. We're gonna lose power. The dad laying on a big couch and the dog laying right up beside him with a paw on his chest and just like, oh, Dad. And they were just snuggling away. Well, here we are with Project Rufus. We did a pickup video where we actually looked at and acquired the car and did a little test drive, but I thought I'd give you just a bit more of a walkthrough and talk to you about what we're going to do with the car. So this is Project Rufus, as I just said, named after our little Bernese, who unfortunately passed away a few weeks ago. He crossed the Bernese Rainbow Bridge, but we're going to keep doing this project in honor of him. So just a quick walkthrough. This is a 2006 911 Carrera 4S with a 3.8 liter engine. It's got the Sport Chrono package. It does not have the Sport Chrono package. It's the other car that has the Sport Chrono package in it. A nice black exterior over a tan interior, but the tan interior, it's aging a little bit and it's starting to turn a little orangey, which is quite interesting. So we'll see what we do with that long term, although it is quite lovely. I haven't really driven this car in a little while, and we took it out for a spirited drive on the way to the office this morning. Wow, that's really all I can say. A couple of cool features on it. The front right suspension is fairly blown, although it still rides better than the Targa 4S, where all four are completely blown. Seems to be a common thing with the cars that I acquire. Other than that, it's in pretty good shape. It's got 56,000 kilometers on it, which is roughly, what, 33,000 miles, so very little considering the age of the car. I actually usually try and buy a little bit higher mileage car, but decided to jump into this one after a decent PPI. I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the last video. There's actually a slight amount of bore scoring in the engine. So we're gonna sort of look at that over the next little while and see how that kind of ages out. But the plan is to build out the engine anyways, maybe to a 4.1 or 4.5 liter. Thinking of keeping this one actually a little bit more OEM plus. A little more subtle changes, but a lot of refresh and rebuild, and do more with the aesthetics of the interior and make it a very luxurious, fun-spirited driving vehicle. This is actually, I've been told, a very rare spec of wheel. So I'm not sure if we'll keep those. I'm actually a big fan of super light BBS wheels. We may just try and do that, but I'm sure I'll get a few comments below telling me how terrible that will be, but that's okay. We'll see how it goes, and we'll try them. Part of this whole project is to experiment a little bit, try a few different things out, put some wheels on, see if it drives different. I have a 996 that you'll probably see in another episode just for fun. I put some lightweight BBS LMs on there, and it completely changed the drive of the car. So for me, it's, as much as I like keeping, things fairly standard, fairly OEM, because I do love the 911s, it's important for me to also have a really great performance and a really great drive. So sometimes it's a little bit of a tweak. It has been, we're coming up on, well, it's actually 20 years since this car was put on the road. So there's a few technology improvements since then, as I'm sure you probably noticed. So if we do just a quick walk around of the car, you can see the paint is in fairly good condition. We'll probably do a complete rotisserie at some point just to prove out the process. Being the 4S, it actually is the all-wheel drive with the wider body, the turbo body style, which is really nice. You know, taking it out on the road, it is so stable, especially on those twisty roads. I'm not really a guy who likes to go out and just rip around on the highways. I much prefer back road country driving, you know, drive through the mountains, drive along the side of a river, really enjoy maybe a little bit lower speed drive than you could get just flat out on the highway. But I love hugging those corners and a nice, a fairly aggressive suspension, but not so my teeth bang together and I have sore kidneys at the end. So if we just walk around over here, you can see it's just a standard sunroof, standard brake kit. We're going to be looking at possibly putting in a 6-piston up front. Not sure. We're going to try some AP Racing, some Willwoods, and maybe some 6-piston Brembo. We'll take a look and see what we're going to do there. I will probably end up either putting Pagid or EBC brake pad rotor combos. Love those. Really love both of those. I have EBC yellow stuff on one of my cars, and man, what an incredible set. What an incredible set of brakes those are. I do love this spec of the steering wheel. It's slightly different from the Targa 4. It's a little bit more 991-esque, although it doesn't have the built-in controls. I love it. It's not quite beefy enough for me, so we might see even putting a 991.1 steering wheel in there, seeing how we can beef it up a little bit. I've got Pirelli P0s on here. I know there's tons of debate about different tires. I have the P0s on here. I had P0s on my 996 as well. I do really like Michelin Pilot Sport 4s. We can't currently in Canada right now get the Pilot Sport 5s. I've been told those are pretty fantastic, but the P0s, they're not my favorite tires. They're okay. I do find them a little hard and clunky. After pulling it out of storage, it did stick with some pretty serious flat spots where my PS4s didn't on my other cars. So definitely something I'm going to keep an eye on. These tires still have a bit of life on them, so we'll see how that goes. I'm going to take this car and get a full fluid flush done on it as well. It's definitely idling a little bit on the rough side, so we'll do, you know, ignition pack, air filters and everything to make sure as we're testing out all the different components that everything is running really well. So looking forward to that. We're going to stick, you know, with all the suspension components fairly OEM. It's got the PASM system on it right now for the suspension, and I'm actually in the process of figuring out whether I want to try and keep a PASM compatible suspension on it. I know there's a Bilstein that does the PASM compatibility, but it seems to be a little bit difficult to find right now. So I may try and work with a couple of different manufacturers and see what kind of systems we can do. And I know we've come so far with the suspension technology that it should be really good. I'd like to do very much a touring style setup on this one, so that's really comfortable. We have terrible roads up here, as I mentioned in a few different videos, and I want to make sure that these are really, really comfortable to drive in a different type of variety of roads. But when we end up doing some more spirited driving, we get a little bit of performance out of it as well. So other than that, I'm not sure what else we can say. The interior, as I said, is fairly starting to age a little bit in terms of the color, turning a little on the orange side. I'd considered potentially swapping the seats out to put some Recaros in. I'm not actually sure I'm going to do that now. I would love to get some nice inserts and, you know, some nice door cards and just offset. It's a fairly monotone color on the inside. So I think I'd like to maybe even just work with these seats in this interior, just see how we can spruce it up a little bit and make it a little more luxurious. These seats are actually incredibly comfortable. There's a custom builder in the Montreal area that I'm going to work to get in contact with and see what kind of rowdiness we can come up with. I'm a big fan of valve exhausts, as I've mentioned probably a few times before, so that we can be civilized to our neighbors and then uncivilized when we're out in the countryside and scare a few black bears off the road as we zip through the country. So, oh, one more thing, the windshield has some pretty good chips out of it. So we're gonna get that changed out with an OEM windshield. I am not a big fan of aftermarket jobber windshields, so we'll definitely get that taken care of as well. I find it a little bit monochrome, I guess is probably a good description for it. There's a little bit of metal and a little bit of black in there, but I'd like to Not make it crazy, but get some nice inserts in here, maybe some custom door cards. There's a few pieces of plastic in there, which I think could certainly be refreshing covered in leather. I love the clutch on this car. So I've got the three 911s, and the clutch on this car is fantastic. So I'm not actually sure it's an OEM clutch. So at some point, I'm probably gonna have to drop the transmission and everything, have it all checked out, and we'll probably end up going through a good refresh anyways on the transmission. But while we're in there, we'll take a look at the clutch and see if it's original or not, because the clutch on this car is just so fantastic. I have a feeling it's probably not OEM. Just a note on that, this car, I did paid a pretty good premium on it to get the 4S because they are a little bit harder to get here. But there were no service records that came with it. Ironically, I probably would have even paid a little more if I had have been able to get some service records. So just encourage you, as you're maintaining your own car or you're looking for cars, make sure you get service records to go with it, because it just gives somebody as a buyer, and now I've been through buying 3 of these, gives a lot more assurance that you're getting a solid vehicle, and it certainly increases the value of your car. So, and make sure you get a PPI. I did get a PPI on this and went in eyes wide open. That's where I found out that there was just a little bit of bore scoring in the engine. I suspect it's probably just been maybe not started and driven appropriately once they get going. But you know, a lot of people, it's kind of the boxer engine problem that a lot of cars have. So that's probably about it for the interior. I'm definitely looking to keep this a very, very classy, very luxurious interior. Probably do a bit more of a fun color on the outside of the car, but still, you know, keeping it classy. Going to do some really nice interior work though. So stay tuned and see. Probably going to work a little bit with Justin Plasek on that, and we're actually putting together our own interiors department as well, so that we can do a little bit ourselves, and we can also maybe even offer some very fun accessories to go along with the car when you purchase one from us. So stay tuned for that in a future video.